What's the biggest sign someone hates you? Physical and emotional abuse, like mocking you. Insults if they are direct about it. If it's indirect, and you have to observe body language more. You walking out the room when you walk in. Keep the conversation as short as possible or speak to you in a deeper tone of voice than everyone else. People sound more stern when they don't like someone. I mean, to me it's pretty obvious when someone doesn't like me. They hack your shit and then spread your life across the internet for everyone to see. But instead continue to gaslight and deceive in order to make themselves feel superior while the other person tries for over a decade to find the truth and the deception they know are being projected. That lands them in the hospital after all you did was set a clear boundary after they kept insulting you. But then they twisted your words to their therapist and said they were gonna harm themselves. After you've been there for them since the beginning, comforting them as they deal with their major depression, or different friend when they compare you to their abusive mother after you ask them to remember to turn the stove off for the 3rd time in a month. Never speaks to you first. Eyes glaze over, no input when you speak to a group they happen to be in. Ambivalence at best when it's something they're actually apt to talk about. Because it's you and you're kind of ruining it. Basically constant othering by isolation. Best advice is leave them alone. They can't possibly have anything you need you can get elsewhere. A lot of this no eye contact, short answers, and correction of a subject if you're wrong are just autistic traits. No wonder people think I am an ass. Not to mention my bland tone and lack of facial expressions when I'm socially drained. When they downplay any of your successes. Those who talk about you behind your back can be very aware of those who say things like I wish I had what you had or things that are signs of jealousy, envy. They squish all the air out of your pillow and fart into it as they let it fill back with air. Very unpleasant when try to go to sleep. Plus, has the extra added potential for pink eye if they're making knowing glances to their friend. If they drop for diss tracks over the course of 56 hours. If they explicitly say I hate the way you ... or I hate you. You're speaking from experience, not laughing at your jokes. Never asking you if you want to participate in activities. Complimenting almost everyone's talent except for yours, etc. When they lie at work to actively try and get you fired, and when talking about you with others constantly insults you. Those are pretty big signs, I'd wager. LOL. Ask them for help and they're like, figure it out yourself. I had this happen with someone recently. I thought the person sucked. That confirmed it. They disagree with things you say to a degree that seems unwarranted. It's about 5 miles away. It's not 5 miles. It's more like 4.5. They make a song addressing your child, your parents and you, describing to each party what a terrible person you are and why you should die. They make derogatory comments about you to other people loud enough that you can hear them, but won't say them directly to your face. Reading this thread made me realize how many people probably think I secretly dislike them, when really I just suck at conversations. They make a diss track with a picture of your mansion and several sex offender icons on it to signify you live with pedos. Never starting a conversation with you even when you try to keep up the convo. They just dry reply, or don't text back. Show up somewhere with about 5 or 6 people, and one of them goes and walks across the room and grabs some booze. They sneak into your house at night and cut your blankets with a sharp knife, so you are cold while you sleep, repeating the last words of your sentence, reforming it into a question, or just simply saying, oh yeah. Or they try their best to ruin everything you are trying to do, or simply gaslighting you all the time. Don't listen to you when you speak and don't show any interest whatsoever on what you are saying. Pupils become very small. Grinding teeth. Nostril expanded. Crossed arms. Clenched fists. When they step in front of you to block you out of a group conversation. When they narrow their eyes as you approach. This happened to me often. Every time you speak they just repeat it in a really obnoxious voice. They'll steer clear of you like you are a ball of angry plutonium. A tone of voice that suggests that you're not worth their time. A tone of voice that suggests that you're not worth their time. If you are always the one to initiate conversations with them. If you have to ask anyone, do you like me? The answer is no. When you say I hate myself and they say me too, they block you when you only want to have a conversation. If they say I hate you, that's a pretty strong sign. Someone that dropkicks me while I'm asleep on the subway.